Okay, quick video here. The M1 Carbine is gone. Now, I'm gonna take you back to 2013. We had the massive panic buying. Several states did institute unconstitutional gun control laws, but there was the big panic buy that the federal government was gonna come in and revoke the Second Amendment. I wanted to buy for a while a Mini 14. I could not buy shit. Now, my FFL did have a couple AR-15s from Wyndham Weaponry available. I had just gone back to work. I couldn't afford them because I just gone back to work. My bank was depleted. And while I was saving up for the AR, they were all sold out. And by the time I had a couple of dollars to buy a decent rifle, everything was gone nationwide. You couldn't buy anything. I ended up buying the Auto Ordnance M1 Carbine on a gun broker. My FFL encouraged me to. And I arranged a transfer. This is the brand new in the box, all that bullshit M1 Carbine. It's the reproduction of one of the earlier carbines, the fixed sights. Yeah. No bayonet lug, very, very old school reproduction. And that was cool. I took it to the outdoor range at Ardsley, which is now closed. Very first bullet I fired, the handguard flew off. And a guy lent me a screwdriver, and I spent the next 2 hours every other round trying to keep this handguard on. I had to screw. It was a fucking nightmare. It took me 2 hours to shoot the rifle, the ammunition out. 2 hours instead of like 45 minutes normally. And a couple of times I would go to the range and the same thing, it happened every time. You can talk all you want, gun type, lock type, I tried it all. I even tried replacing the handguard with a sheet metal handguard, that didn't work either, and I put the one back on, got rid of the metal one. It didn't work. Outdoor range closed. Indoor range opened up. Very first shot, flew off. The range instructor was like, I'll get it. Took the sweeper, swept it out from beyond the range, beyond the line. He swept it back, said, just shoot without the handguard. Okay. And that's what I would do. I go there and shoot this fucker without the handguard a couple of times. Range around Vernon opened up. This range is a whole complex owned by a married couple. Ground level is a gun shop. Upstairs is classrooms. I took my range officer certification last year. Downstairs is a gun range. The shop was there for years and years and years. The gun range, he finally opened up. Okay? Bought the carbine there. Very first shot. Went flying off over the line. Call ceasefire. Guys to go and get it. The range instructor said, listen, if we can't keep it on, you're going to have to put it away. And either shoot something else, we'll give you a full refund. And we're gonna ban the rifle. Nothing personal against me. We're gonna ban the rifle. Fuck. Younger range instructor said put blue tape on it. So I put blue tape on the fucking top to the point where you can hardly see the sights because you gotta have the blue tape wrapped around. You can hardly see the sight because it obstructs the sight. But it worked. It kept the fucking handguard on, and the handguard was trying to wobble free, but it kept it on. And okay, and I think it was 2 years later. I was only shoot rifle twice a year, and I did get the Mini 14 in 2018. I did get the Mini, and it's one to the next. I bring the M1 Carbine there. Oh, this fucking guy again. I bring the Mini 14 there. Wow, look at that. Okay, world of difference. So last year, I had just done my annual clean bullshit on it. No, 2019 did the annual clean on it. The handguard would not go on, period. It was like ballsy, it would not go on. Fuck is wrong with this thing. So I bring it to the gun shop, this gunsmith, Anthony. He takes it apart. Says, you know what? The strut was on backwards from the factory. I don't have that much experience with rifles, okay? I don't see rifles as much as I see handguns. I didn't catch it. He did, but I didn't, okay? Want to blame me, okay? Fine, boom. He screws it back on. They have this shutdown for the virus. The handgun range, the public range in my hometown is still closed to this day. The Mount Vernon range, which shoots handgun and rifle, was closed. They've long ago since opened. So I go there to shoot rifle and handgun. And one of the range instructors there, black man, Nat, very nice guy. I'm there one time, shooting the carbine, and every other round is jamming and has to be unjammed by hand. Fuck. He said, after I shot 100 rounds out of it, maybe the ammo's a piece of shit. Maybe the ammo sucks. I bought new ammo from you guys. Okay. So, put it away. Bullshit. And I had to go, don't forget, the handgun range is closed, so if I want to shoot handgun, I gotta go to that Mount Vernon range for everything. It turns out, one day I walked in with a sheet metal worker's mask on. You know, the COVID mask? I have a sheet metal worker's COVID mask on, and the guy Nat says, well, I know you. I think I'm the guy with the, I was here, okay. I know you were a brother. Okay? He is a sheet metal worker, retired a couple of years ago. He's in his 60s. Turns out, he knew my father. My father's still alive. My father's a generation older than him. He knew my father. Wow, yeah, that's my father. My father was very, very big in the sheet metal workers union. Okay, very, very. You can go to New York City, and his company that he worked for was in New York City, and 99% of his business was in New York City. And you could to this day go places in New York City and see my father's work. My father's a very respected man. Okay, yeah, that's not. So, time goes by, I shot this handgun, that handgun, get mini again. And I decided last minute that I'm going to the range. I wanted to shoot the governor, but, you know, I got the moon clips, you got a fucking de-moon, re-moon. I said, let me get the carbine, shoot the carbine real fast, no big deal. You know, the handguard is fixed now. Nat said the ammunition might have been fucked up, so I got new ammunition. Go there. Very first shot, I pull the trigger. What happens? The casing is jammed. Jammed. Fuck. Nat's behind me. Grabs the rod. You have to actually go out onto, when you're in the booth, you have to step out into the booth. So the line is here. You're stepping out here to jam the rod down the barrel to knock the casing out. Shoot again, jam. Rack it on my handle. I had 2 boxes of 50. And it kept jamming. There was like 4 or 5 rounds that did not jam by some miracle. Nat doesn't really care. He's okay with it. I'm not breaking any rules. I'm not putting it down my fucking throat. You know, I'm not doing this, man, okay? I'm not breaking the rules. The rifle's a piece of shit, okay? They don't blame you when your rifle's a piece of shit. They blame you when you do something stupid. So that's not made at all. I'm made of the rifle. So, shoot, jam. And I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna finish this box. Because the gunsmith's upstairs, okay? I'll finish this box, fuck the other box, and I'll go to the gunsmith. And like 4 or 5 rounds with jam where you had to put the rod down. Put the rod down, Nat would say, open the action, leave it for a solid minute, so it doesn't go off on like squib load or hang fire. Put the rod down. That's a solid minute right there lost. And I said, you know what? Shoot again, jam, give me the rod, knock it out again. He said, you know what? Fuck it, I'm out of here now. I shot like 30 rounds. It jammed like 24 rounds. And at least 6 of them had to extract with the fucking rod on the muzzle. Okay? It looks unprofessional. It looks like you have bad tasting guns. It just, okay. Some ranges will flat out say this is too dangerous because the gun is a piece of shit. Get it out of here. Not just totally cool. He's like, you're not breaking any range rules. We don't care. Okay, not mad at you at all. It's not your fault. But some rangers, the range director, will approach you and say, listen, that rifle's a piece of shit, or that handgun's a piece of shit. It's creating a nuisance. You're not creating a nuisance. The rifle is. The gun is. Okay? You have to get it out of here. Take it to a gunsmith, melt it down, but you can't have it on the range like that because every couple of rounds you gotta take the rod, go onto the line. You gotta like stick your head at the booth, okay, to do this. You know, you're technically going outside the line because you're over the counter to reach to hit the rod because the muzzle must stay downrange. You can't pull the gun in and go like this with it. Okay, the muzzle has to stay downrange. So you're compromising your body by going out into the line. Is anything gonna happen? Not exactly, but it doesn't look right. You know, if it happens once or twice, different story. Bad ammunition, whatever. But if it happens over and over and over again, they'll tell you to leave. So I said, no, fuck this. I'm out of here now. I walked upstairs. I still had the glasses and ears on for like 10 minutes. It's fucking. I'm sitting off in the shop with the fucking glasses and the ears on, telling the guy, look at my fucking gun. He takes. I remember you. Yeah, I remember you. Takes the bolt out. Bolt's a little dirty. Cleans it up a little bit. Puts it back in. Takes the casing. Won't extract. Does it again. Fuck it. Tells me, listen. I'm gonna call the factory. Give me your name and bullshit. I'm gonna call the factory. I'll get back to you in a few days. He called me a few days later. He said, what we can do. I can buy a jig. And I looked this up on Amazon later. The jig is $75. If he buys it with shop money and uses it for customers shit, he can pay with store money. But if he's buying this jig only for my rifle, he can legally charge me the $75. Fuck. I can buy a jig, take the bolt down detail strip, figure it out. Or I can send it back to the factory. They already told me they gotta look at it first. So I gotta pay to mail it back to the factory. They're gonna assess it. They're gonna tell me how much I owe them. I'm gonna pay them money. Then they're gonna fix the rifle and mail it back to me. I was like, ugh. Because when I was in the shop, I said, how much to junk it? And she said, I got to quote for how much to junk it. So, I could buy the bolt, I could send it back to the factory, and then, I'm like, ugh. And they told me, a guy who works here has $50, sold. I'm like, is he going to detail strip it? And you know, like, a lot of guys, they might have a gunsmith license, and they just get the gunsmith license, and they're like, well, I'm gonna buy this cheap piece of shit rifle for $50, and I'm gonna fix it and get it running again. Okay, cool. Or they might have cannibalized rifles and make a couple of guns. Eric, my Iraq veteran, when he was 18, 19, he would go to the gun shops and he would buy 5 broken guns for $10 a piece. Take them home, strip them, and he would find enough working parts to make 2 good rifles, and either keep them himself or sell them. A lot of guys do that. You know, you may the barrel's really nice, so I'll take your barrel and okay, they do that. You know, you might have a guy with an AR, you might have a guy with an M1 Carbine receiver. Who the fuck knows where he got it from? He's got an M1 Carbine receiver, and he wants to build up. Okay, guys do that shit. Okay, well I don't give a fuck what he's doing with it. So I said, okay, I'll go on Wednesday. I'm off from work on Wednesday, my off-duty day, but my father has to have the vaccine home service because he's disabled. I gotta wait for them, my mother, for that. So I said, my mother said, you know what, call Thursday. I go Thursday on my lunch break. So I went Thursday on my lunch break. I said, he wants the box too? He wants the ammo too? I was like, take. So I go there. Guy works the shop, comes over. I'm like, dude, the rifle's in the back room. This is empty box. Well, that's right. Okay, I forgot about that. And I get, okay. So you got a free gun lock, got a free manual. He said, it's going to be a wall decoration. He bought a really nice cabinet for like $40 at the flea market and refurbished it, using the cabinet to display old wooden frame guns, wood furniture guns. He's like, I got a 1022. I'm like, you got a grand? I'm working on the grand. Okay, so he wants to buy old guns or old looking guns and put them in the cabinet for display. Okay, I gave the ammo. The guy that gave me the class for the range officer certification last year, he took the ammo. They pay me the money. They gave me a couple thousand when they said they would. Okay, and I gave him the box, gave the other guy the ammo, and he's filling out the 4473, and I just walked right the fuck out. I couldn't get out fast enough. My mom was like, you get enough money for it? He's like, Mom, I don't give a fuck. I want rid of it. Now, will I buy a new rifle to replace it? Almost certainly not. I have the Mini. The Mini's enough. Maybe I'll shoot the Mini more often now that I only have one rifle. I do want another handgun, but I want another handgun anyway. But as far as, I don't know. Will I buy another gun just to say I have X numbers? Probably not. I don't know. Now, if you want M1 Carbine, if you have $1,500 laying on the house, go to Fulton Armory. If you do not have $1,500 laying around the house, get a World War II retro carbine, okay? Because they've had carbines, I've seen them a long time on YouTube, okay? Iwo Jima, Normandy, Africa, Sicily, Okinawa, not a mark on them, okay? Work flawlessly, okay? This brand new gun, this piece of shit gun. And I even told the gunsmith, I said, it was a panic buy. It was a panic buy. Okay? Now, normally when I buy a gun, my brother, I think it's my older brother a lot. My oldest brother, he's a psychopath and he buys shit, okay? My oldest brother, if he's buying a toaster, he will research the fucking toaster to make sure it's the best toaster on the market. I don't like that when I buy a gun. If I'm gonna buy a gun, I want to see videos, I want to see reviews, I want to read about it, I want to see it displayed. Okay. Of all the guns I have, I never once shot the gun before buying it. So if I have a Glock 23, the Glock 23 that I bought was the first one I shot. Okay. I have a Mini 14. The Mini 14 I bought was the first one I shot. Okay. I think it's a jinx. I won't buy a gun that I've already shot. I don't know why. It's a jinx. I'm sick. I'm sick in the head. But I researched the shit out of it. This gun, auto ordnance, and M1 Carbine, I did not research. Now, since buying it, since having these problems with it, I'm noticing in forums, guys have the same problem with the handguard I had. I'm noticing on videos, guys can't extract, okay? The auto ordnance M1 Carbine is a piece of shit, okay? Do yourself that favor. If you want to buy one to hang on the wall, God be with you, okay? If you want to buy one to shoot it, you're a fucking idiot, okay? You've been warned, okay? I wish I knew now. I wish I knew then what I knew now, okay? M1 Carbine is a legendary gun. By the World War II guns. Now, the Korean carbines are M2 full auto, so they're going to be about 50, 60,000 if they're legal in your state at all. So you're better off with a World War II semi-auto. And Ken Hackathorn says that the M1 Carbine was the AR platform of its day. When he was a kid, everybody wanted to collect M1 Carbines. Okay? And there's the Rockholder Jukebox Company has one. The Inland has one, okay? And all these companies made M1 Carbines. You wanted to have one, okay? That's cool. You want to buy that? Nothing fancy. He said his wife's favorite rifle is M1 Carbine. That's great, okay? But do not buy the auto warnings. I'm warning you, don't, okay? It's a waste of money. because there were more than just one. So just if you want to buy an M1 carbine, buy a classic one. I was better off going to fucking World War II guns and buying one of them. But that's neither here nor there. And I think every single one of us has a story that we bought something we regretted. That happened to be it. Okay? Mini 14, best decision I ever made involving the Second Amendment. Mini 14. Okay? Iron sights, that fucker is accurate. Okay? I shoot a Mini 14 better than I shoot an AR-15. You might not, but I do. Okay? So if you don't want to, so if you have guns available to you, there's no panic buying going on. Right now, get a Mini 14. If you like AR-15s, they're good too. Okay? Like M1 carbines, go retro. Don't go modern. Or get a Fulton Armory for 1500. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.